The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyro Media Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members. What is going on, Mavericks? We are back with yet another episode of The Unusual Mavericks. Finally, I am your host and moderator, Kwame Speaks, joined by the handsome, the amazing, the awesome, the Mavericklicious, Just Dominic.
Hey, everybody. It is so nice to be back, for sure.
It really is. Nice. It really is. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and hanging in there with us as we fix these schedules. Okay, we are busy, man. We are running companies, so we appreciate your patience. Yes, but this is a fun time. We're gonna be jobs. It is really fun to kind of get into everything that we're going to be talking about today, because we're going to be catching up on a lot of stuff. But we're going to be really focusing on a lot of the reviews that we wanted to talk about, with some movies, some shows, some finales, specifically with Titans and Flash, CW's of The Flash, and just a lot going on. And we also took a look at Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which was interesting to say the least.
Didn't finish it.
Yeah, me either. But we'll get into all of that a little later. But if you want to do us a huge favor while you're on here, while you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We do appreciate it. Please do so. It does help the algorithm, and it does help how we navigate here on these internet streets. Okay, but let's get into one of our favorite spaces, the Maverick Alert. Yes, so it's time to talk about the Maverick Alert. We have a lot to talk about in this. Well, not really too much. One of the major things that first of all, before I even go there, Dominic, is there anything that we should be knowing about, anything that's going on with DC? Any news that's going on with DC right now?
Well, as of today, when the Thursday, obviously, when this airs, we have the absolute final episode of the series finale of The Flash.
Yes.
9 seasons, technically 10, including his introduction in the Arrowverse on the Arrow. Yes. So 10 years, Grant Gustin played Barry Allen. And to our queen, Candace Patton.
Yes.
Listen, Iris West Allen has always been portrayed as a white woman. Mm-hmm. Since her betrayal, now in the movie coming out, Iris is black there too.
Awesome.
And in the comic books.
Paved the way, queen.
She really did. She really did.
Shout out to Candace Patton. We love you.
Yes, we do.
You are everything. Best damn actor on that show.
Yes.
Now, so that was anything else on DC before we get into it? Because I know we're going to review Titans and also the season finale of The Flash as well. But is there anything that we need to talk about specifically with DC? Or
the only other thing is the most successful show, one of the most successful shows on the CW right now, and on the HBOMAX app, or as we know now as Max. Mm-hmm. One of the most successful shows is Superman and Lois, and that is they may get canceled because they cost a little too much. So everyone is hoping and wishing that James Gunn will go ahead and pay for all of it and just put it on the app, since it was just like too notches under Peacemaker. So that meant it made a lot of money for the for HBO. So those are the two things that are going on with at least within TV.
That's sad. That is really sad. But we're gonna keep our fingers crossed on that one. Anything in the Marvel Studios universe?
Oh, it is. Samuel L. Jackson has been appearing in trailers for Secret Invasion.
Yes.
I believe it is. And that is going to be a series released on Disney Plus. I am really looking forward to it.
I am too. I am extremely excited about that show. And specifically because I feel like we haven't really gotten a lot of really dope stuff from Marvel in a while.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've just kind of been like almost left out to hanging, as far as
let's be serious. Let's be honest. The last phase was a bust. Financially for them, it put them behind and the fans weren't happy with it. So, both franchises needed to do a slight reboot, and that's what we're getting right now. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Because we were talking about Blue Beetle, now we're talking about Marvel's Secret Invasion, and the Marvels are coming out in the next couple of months or several weeks from now. So, we've got some good things on the horizon.
Yes. Now, another thing that is there anything else in the Marvel Studios area?
There's so much to talk about, right?
Anything relevant right now?
No, I think that those are the two big things that are coming out right now.
Yeah,
I know that we've got X-Men and Deadpool, which I believe is now in pre-production. So, and it's called Deadpool versus Wolverine. So that sounds really exciting.
That sounds interesting. I really wasn't ever really a big Deadpool fan, so I'm interested to see. I mean, it's cute. It's funny. But I've just never been like ever really a big Deadpool fan. But
I like Deadpool in an ensemble. Like if it was Deadpool versus Wolverine and Spider-Man, that would be everything.
Yeah, that would be dope. And I think that's probably why I enjoyed Deadpool 2, is because it wasn't just him. It was like we saw other characters from the X-Men universe. So
that was Jinx was my favorite. I believe that was her name. Oh God, she's amazing.
Yeah, even Colossus was in there too. So
he was. Yeah.
Now that we got through with DC and Marvel, I did want to talk about something that's been kind of itching all over the Twitterverse lately, and that is the change for HBO Max. Now, we reported on this a couple of months ago regarding that HBO Max was shifting over to Just Max and changing and rebranding and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people are asking, why did we even do this? What was the purpose of all this? And I just kind of want to dip into my brand strategy hat and let people know that there's a reason why they did this. A lot of times, first of all, the whole situation between the merger of the Warner Brothers and Discovery. Is it Warner Brothers? Yes, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yes.
And so Discovery is a little bit more quote unquote family friendly. And so the goal was to have an app like Disney Plus that was family friendly, because HBO has this reputation of being this raunchy, kind of adult related, not raunchy, that's a bad word, but
no, it's not.
Well,
raunchy is not a bad word, actually.
Well, I mean,
depends on who you're talking to.
Okay, so my whole point is that they were trying to make it more family friendly, and the color blue is a very family friendly. In the color spectrum of business, it's a very family friendly and trusted. It means loyalty. It's trusted. That's why you see a lot of banks have blue in them. That's why you see Disney Plus having blue. The whole purpose was to try to keep it in that realm. Even with the Unusual Mavericks, you see our colors are closer to blue because I don't cuss as much on here as I do on Pyro or some of the other shows out here. But the point is that it's the family friendliness of it all was the goal. And so I think people were like, and I think the rollout was a little weird. I do think that having the download, it could be an inconvenience for some people. But listen. HBO Max, this whatever name that they want to call themselves, HBO has been a long time trusted subscription service and channel, and so
And
people
brand.
and people are going to do what they have to do to make sure that they have it. If it's not Netflix, it's going to be HBO. If it ain't HBO, it's going to be Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So of course we have like Peacock and all these other different things, and CBS or Paramount rather, and all of these other, you know, outlets and Hulu. But it's always really been the Trailblazers has really been Netflix and, in my opinion, HBO Max now.
And HBO first.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
Because and HBO was nominated for their musical specials. Remember, the Michael, Madonna, Janet, and others were nominated for multiple awards through HBO. So, and that was way back in the 90s before Netflix was even a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's very interesting to see. So so David Zasloff explained that they're expanding their branding, as you said, to include a lot of family friendly content, which they're hoping will continue to increase subscriptions. And I believe that it will, because they're kind of merging their two apps. And I believe together the two apps are equal to Netflix, or close to like 100 million subscribers, or a little bit more than that. So that's pretty impressive.
It is.
I shouldn't say equal to Netflix, but it puts them pretty high at the top.
Yeah. I mean, do you have anything else to get? I don't have anything else other than that. I really wanted to bring that up because I thought it was really interesting how I always look at branding and marketing and how that incorporates into how these big networks and things are navigating these streets and you know, and how they're interacting with their audiences, and it's really interesting to me.
Yeah, it was. And then even how they changed the color when they were HBO Max, they were purple.
Yeah, which I mean I thought was interesting because purple is a really royal color. It's also trusted. It leans more towards media and things of that nature. So I was interested to see, okay, now that's cool. And I love the gradient that they had. They have beautiful stuff in there, but this blue was just really this cobalt blue. Which was one of the colors that Pyro started out with, which was really funny that they did that. But a lot of these networks, Disney Plus, Max, they're leaning towards these colors because it's family friendly and it
feels safe.
Calm, but I mean, that's fine. We'll see how it is. We'll see how it continues to go. I don't think it really has anything to do with the overall kind of overall loop or the overall view of the networks anyway, because I think they're still going to make great content.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Shazam to me was a kid's movie. From what I saw, if I were 12, I would love that movie. It would be like everything to me.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I think that the because this app has changed to become far more family friendly, I believe this movie may do very well on this app and capture a lot of the young and audience that, you know, it's geared towards. Actually, the app is geared towards.
Yeah, I have to say I didn't enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed the first one.
Well, it was more adult. The content, not that it was racy or smutty, but the content was very intelligent.
Yeah,
I thought, and it engaged kids and adults alike. This one catered towards the tween audience, I think.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's going to do very well on the app. And I felt like, and still believe, that it should have been always released on the app after they reviewed this and said, you know what, this is more of a kids movie. Yeah. It's not even PG. It's like G-rated, in my opinion, in the writing. And it felt like a Disney Plus movie. Like a Hannah Montana type of thing. And I was like, not my zhuzh.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is now that we've seen the entire series of Titans?
Oh wait, we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. I actually want to take a quick commercial break before we get into that, because I do want to talk about that. We want to get into a deep dive on that. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and grab a quick drink, and head right back over. We'll be right back after this.
Yes.
This episode is sponsored in part by Bullet and Flight Radio. Get ready to uplift your spirit with Bullet and Flight Radio, the world's leading progressive Christian radio station. Experience the vibrant fusion of gospel house music and a rich medley of inspiration from all musical genres that'll make your heart soar. Join their extraordinary lineup of today's trailblazers, visionaries, and voices that matter, all sharing their stories and wisdom. Stay plugged in around the clock as they broadcast unmissable content 24/7. Your go-to station for all things inspiring. Become a pilot today by visiting bulletandflightradio.com. Bullet and Flight Radio. Your story, our station. Yes, we are back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you are just tuning in, please do us a huge favor and go ahead and hit that like button and share and subscribe if you want to be a part of the Pyro Media family. We appreciate you guys. And if you are listening on Bullet and Flight Radio, you can go ahead and head over to Pyro Media Network so you can check out all of our sponsored links and all of that jazz. So thank you guys for tuning in over at Bullet and Flight Radio as well. We appreciate you. Yes.
Yes.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into some reviews, okay? Because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to the Flash and the Flash CW finale and Titans finale. So let's get into it because we have a little bit of... Yes, that was a little spoiler alert. So let's go ahead and get into some stuff here. So first off, let's talk about the Flash. No, I'm sorry. Let's not talk about the Flash. Let's talk about Titans. I want to talk about the Flash last. What were your thoughts on Titans?
My thoughts on Titans. Well, this final season started off in such an amazing way. I was so super impressed. The first half of the season, in fact, for the first, I guess, graphic novel, it was absolutely amazing. When they came back from, I guess, their break and concluded the series finale, it was a little touch and go. I liked the Gar episode where he crossed over through the multiverse.
Yes.
I was expecting a little bit more with Stargirl and Doom Patrol. Honestly, I was expecting some action instead of just dialogue. But I understand these shows have a budget and they can't do a lot of special effects, which is really dumb. Yes. Being that this is the final season. So I was a little disappointed with that. Since it's the final season, I felt like they could have gone and done a little bit more. Brother Blerd, Joseph Morgan, amazing actor. If he's playing Klaus, or if he's playing Brother Blood, or if he's playing a priest, the Pope, whatever, the guy can act, and he really does a stellar job with whatever role he takes on. He's really passionate, sinks his teeth into the role.
Yeah.
How they took him down at the end of the series finale was anticlimactic.
I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, Dominic. I feel like it was lazy writing, in my opinion.
It's like, well, this is the last, so
It
don't matter.
And for those who are just tuning in, um, this wasn't just a season finale of Titans. This was a series finale. So I was expecting a lot more. First of all, I agree with you. Joseph Morgan is everything. Okay, he is everything. I'm a huge Vampire Diaries and the Originals fan, and he is stellar on all of it. And he gave me some Klaus energy in this season as well, which I was really as a avid and I could watch the originals over and over and over again without getting bored.
Yes.
That's just me. That's one of the best shows, in my opinion. One of the best vampire type shows, in my opinion, ever. But that's here nor there. I really enjoyed his performance, but I did not like the way that they took him out. I feel like we could have did a lot more. I feel like we could have I just felt like we could have did a lot more. It just was lackluster.
And to have Dick and Connor, really tag team him, and Beast Boy didn't change into anything at the end, trying to pull plugs out, turn into a gorilla, turn into any type of animal that has far more strength than your little measly form. And then they just had him turn back into a green tiger, like they did throughout the entire series until this season.
Yeah.
It was so stupid, lazy, ridiculous. Yeah. I was just... And then Starfire, she's just the damsel in distress. But at the end, she was the one who saved the day.
But here's the... Yeah, I
she was the one. Yes.
But my thing, one of the things that I really didn't like is that we only got maybe one, maybe two times that Beast Boy transformed at all. Like, he is supposed to be like Beast Boy. And we saw
from
very
animal to animal to animal to animal. Yeah.
And seamlessly we're supposed to do that. And they completely and utterly waited until the last minute for Robin to be Robin.
Yes. And to have Tim Drake train him was just so odd. But they can't use Batman, because who are you Robin to? Wait, Robin is a sidekick to somebody.
Tim Drake trained him?
I'm sorry, Tim Drake was trained by Jason Todd.
Jason Todd, yes, yeah.
My apologies, everyone. That was so weird. Because they can't use Batman by rights. He's only exclusive to the movies right now.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
Okay, fine. But then why not have it in a way where you don't even see Batman? You just know that he's training with Batman.
Right. And why? Who appointed him the new Robin? The only one who can do that is Batman.
It's Batman. And then he allegedly died in the show. Whatever. That was weird for me. Another thing that was weird for me was White Raven. White Raven is supposed to be one of the strongest powers in I guess they don't call them mutants, but strongest entities on that show, on the team.
Metahumans.
Metahumans, thank you. And to include Starfire, White Raven and Starfire should have been the ones to take down Brother Blerd. That's Correct. How powerful they are.
But they didn't even show Brother Blerd in his full power until the final episode, really.
Right.
Which, the first half of the season, no problem, I get it. But at the end of that mid-season finale, he should have resurrected. We should have seen him full Brother Blerd at the end of that episode.
And Connor. What?
Connor died.
That was weird.
And then he comes back. He gets a burst of red kryptonite or whatever radiation. And then he comes back so strong. Okay.
That was weird. I didn't understand this. This was very lackluster. This was just not what I expected.
How could Dick take down Brother Blerd? He has no powers. He's not a metahuman.
No.
Brother Blerd could snap his fingers and he's dead.
Yes. So you mean to tell me that Brother Blerd was able to kill everybody at Star Labs with just a look, a stare, a wave of his hand,
Throughout the entire building, yes.
And Dick, aka Nightwing, was the only one that could he could use his little nightsticks, and that was gonna stop him. That made no sense to me. That was weird.
You see how the characters are positioned and who's the largest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we know.
Yes.
We know how that works.
Right.
All right. Any other words on this one? Because I just don't know what to say about that.
Unfortunately, as the high hopes that I had for Titans since the very beginning, they were always up and down. They were always kind of mid-tier, not the best, but not the worst.
Yeah.
Now looking at the entire series now and its conclusion, I never have to see this again.
Ever.
Ever.
And I'm okay with that. I'm sorry, I'm okay with that. And it's sad because I had high hope, and I at least thought it was going to be a situation where it was going to end on a high.
Yes.
We already are what do we still have? No, because what's the thing about Doom Patrol's ending, right?
Doom Patrol is ending. They're going to come back for their they're going to come back for their last few 6 episodes or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have any high hopes for that because that was a struggle.
Well, Doom Patrol has always been better, though.
Right, but this last season, it's been a struggle. Like it started out good, and it's just been like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's just been a bunch of meaningless dialogue. Just like you said, right? White Raven just walking around, sashaying around a battle in her little evening gown.
Right. Like, girl,
that's what it felt like. It's like, what is she doing? She threw 2 people to the aside, and that was it. And blocked some bullets and just sashayed her way out. Just
it was weird. And then Robin and Nightwing were able to, and Beast Boy were able to take down Brother Blerd. Wow. Anyway, any other thoughts on Titans?
No, corny, cheesy. Never have to see it again.
It's so sad. It had such potential. Well, good luck, y'all. Thank you for the time that you gave us. Moving on, The Flash. May I start?
You sure can. Please do.
Here's why I want to start. And I'm saying this publicly. Dominic, you were right.
What about, huh?
Don't milk it. You were right about The Flash.
Yes, I know.
It was nice talking to Dominic. It was
But tell me, go ahead. Go tell me why I'm right.
Anyway, so The Flash I would rather watch The Flash than this last episode or this last season of Titans, or at least the last couple of episodes of Titans. The Flash, it was such a I even went back to the parts that I didn't understand why they were kind of closing the loop on stuff. I went back on my own to watch those episodes and say, oh, that makes sense. It was such a great closure to one of the things as a producer that for some of you that may not know, that you may see it in reality shows, but they always try to end or close loops, and that is the goal. You want to complete a story, and I really enjoyed how The Flash completed the story. Now, I personally would like to see more, but I am satisfied with how they ended the stories. I am satisfied for how they closed the loop on things. We got to understand what Keon was, who Keon was. We got to, which I feel like they should have, I feel like they're one of two things. They're either gearing up to create a spinoff off of that, or they are leaving it open-ended so that way they can bring her back in another something else. But I don't think this is the end of this cast.
Well, and I would agree with you, and so would Eric Wallace, the showrunner and the principal producer, writer of The Flash right now. He said that his goal is to take a year's break and do some animated movies. So I think he's in talks with James Gunn to see how they can continue the Arrowverse, and should it be continued? If it is continued, it most likely would be continued on Netflix.
Yeah.
So they may do some animated movies, they said.
I love. It was a really, and I am not, for those who don't know, I've been really avid about, and critical on CW shows, but this season of The Flash was really good. I still feel like, as far as production, it could have been better, but I think out of all of the seasons, this was the best production wise.
It was a way to go out, huh?
Really, it was a way, and that's why I didn't understand what was going on with Titans, because y'all have, and Doom Patrol, y'all have a bigger budget.
Yes.
Y'all have a bigger budget. Y'all have more pyrotechnics, more visual effects.
CGI,
you have CGI. You have all of these different things, and you don't even come close to what the CW does for the Flash, even though the Flash has literally stepped it up. But like, y'all couldn't even do a good storyline like they did.
No.
But I will say, sidebar, I will say that Superman and Lois.
Oof. Can you believe Bruno Mannheim and his family? Oh. I didn't think turning them black was really gonna work. I thought it was gonna be like, man, but boy, have they been so interesting. What a diverse cast as well. I love it. This is the best.
This season of Superman and Lois has been absolutely, unbelievably epic. The storyline, it doesn't feel like a kiddie show, even though it's geared towards family-friendly stuff. It still feels like it's for adults.
Yes.
And
half the cast are teenagers.
Yeah. I think they made a great decision on switching out that Jonathan. Or the guy that
can you believe they look so much alike? And to hear allegedly that this guy made it through auditions and made it to like the second place.
Yeah. Epic.
They really should have started with this guy. His chemistry, his look, it just all goes very well with this, with what they're portraying here. Yeah.
Epic work. Bravo!
And what do you think of Anna? And her little son, her and Bruno's son.
I am very protective of Anna because I feel like she is still dealing with the loss of her mother, who aka looks like Lois. But I feel at the same time, I feel like this is going to spell disaster.
Yeah, but that's Natalie. You're talking about Natalie. Yes.
Oh, Anna. Why am I confusing Anna?
Anna Pia.
Oh, onomatopoeia. Yes. Okay, so first of all, I like that they gender switched them. That was interesting. I also don't know how I feel about, because onomatopoeia is supposed to be a little bit stronger, and I feel like they focused more on, like, I don't know how onomatopoeia. Well, that first of all, can we talk about the fight scene that Onomatopoeia and Superman and Superman had with Onomatopoeia
Steel.
And
Steel, John Henry.
Steel, yes. But when Superboy came in to save the day,
someone is at the front door.
I'm sorry, you guys. I have a package. Sorry about that. Anyway, my point was is that, like, going in, no, it's not trade for all that. This is pre-recorded. Anywho, so for those who are watching the show, I feel like my thing is with onomatopoeia, I feel like that fight scene was everything. I feel like we can go into a deep dive into how they interact with each other and all that jazz. But my thing is this. I don't understand why Superman was so weakened when they were, engaging with each other, and why it took Superman and Superboy to effectively take her down or battle up against her. That was
no, it's a Superman thing that they've always done in the comic books, where he never fights at his full strength because he's always afraid that he's gonna break the world, so to speak.
Yeah, or kill.
Yes, but then you noticed in the second fight with her, with John Henry, that was epic. Yeah. And when Superman came down to pretty much try to make peace or break up the fight, and then she fell and he took her to save her life.
Yeah.
That scene was so complicated because it went from all this rage and hatred to brokenness and vulnerability, and you saw the way Bruno looked at his wife with so much love, and it was just, to me, Superman and Lois is worthy of an Emmy nomination at the minimum.
I agree wholeheartly. I do. It's really good, y'all.
This season, it's so well written.
Yeah, and I think honestly, you guys can skip the first 2 seasons and just go into this season. I think
they all stand alone.
Really. They do really, if you really think about it. What was the first season? The first season, it wasn't
it was about the brother, Clark's brother. Remember?
Yes, and then the second season was about what's her name?
The Mirror Universe.
Yeah, but what was the villain?
Bizarro, and what's her name? Allie.
Yeah, but what was her what would they?
She was a Parasite.
Parasite, yes. Which I did not like that take on Parasite, but that's here nor there. But season 3 is everything. The way they get into Lois having dealing with the whole conversation around cancer. It's just amazing. I just really enjoyed or am enjoying this season with Superman and Lois. I just wanted to bring that up, but I know we're going into we were talking about the Flash, but I just wanted to bring Superman and Lois up because I think that we didn't do its just service on discussing it all. But phenomenal.
Yeah, really great season there, and 9 episodes out of 13, so they're almost done. We got 4 episodes left.
Yeah,
and every episode has elevated the story.
Yes,
the acting has elevated every single episode. I can't believe that even Tyler Hoechlin is acting at this level. He was really good in Teen Wolf, but this is really his best performance and best role so far.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else?
I don't.
Well, thank you guys for catching up with us. We're gonna shorten this episode a little bit. Tune in next week, and we may have to do pre-recorded episodes. This episode is it's been recorded on May 24th, so if we missed any news, we apologize. We'll make sure that we bring it up in the next episode of The Unusual Mavericks. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Unusual Mavericks, and also check us back out every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Look, we're tired, y'all. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And remember to always and continue to stay unusual. Yes. Have a good one, you guys. Take it easy.
All right. Bye.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit PyroMediaNetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.